Hi guys, joining me here today is my friend Mojo, Alex, and he's really excited to be here because I'm really excited to be here and we're gonna be here together. First thing first, I just wanted to say a big thank you, big shout out to my friends in Shanghai, China. Irene, this is for you, baby girl, and for Lily. Come on, sing shot, buddy. You know, I did an interview for Changsha. Very nice people, awesome people, really accommodating and just really nice, kind of just really friendly, really chilled down. They're like, yeah, it's like, come here, my friend, smiley faces, emoticons, emojis sent to me over Skype, and I was like, what is this, a professional experience, or this is like friends, buddy, chilly. And then Shanghai was like crispat, as Romanians would say it. It's like, like frozen. It was like, like very professional and like kind of drawn back, very reserved kind of thinking. It's like, hello, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. This is you. This is me. Very separate people. This is Asia. This is China. Kidding, not Asia's not like that absolutely at all. But China is very different from Romania or the Middle East or really South America, anywhere else in the world. China is very different from Asian countries as well. Like other Asian countries, very different. I guess just as other European countries would be different from each other, right? Like Romania is very different from Serbia, for example. Very nationalistic people, very asshole people. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Love you. Very different from Italian. I feel like no, Latin people, no. Spain, I found very different from myself. Eastern Europeans, I guess, they're kind of like more, not really, we're very different. Maybe Eastern Europeans are probably more similar to each other than anybody else, right? Like I had, Bulgarian people are probably more chilly, broy with Romanians or Hungarians or, yeah, no, it's definitely, it's absolutely true. Eastern Europeans are more chilly with each other than people from other countries like Italy or Spain or, where they're very like reserved and they're very polite and they're very, stand up straight, dress in a suit, be nice, dress nice. Like fucking be civilized. Be nice. Civilized is a good thing. It's a very hard word. Civilization. Civilized. When people say, "Oh, foarte civilizați," dude, like, what does that even? When you say it in English, you're like, what the fuck? Like, does that mean I'm not like? Do you know what I mean? Like, am I not civilized? Does that mean I'm not civilized if I don't come from a civilized country? So is Romania not considered civilized? Do you know? It's like, you're calling people backward because of their notions of life and of their and because of their customs. Like, you're literally insulting you're calling them savages, putting down their culture and their system and probably their religion and everything else. I've heard this all the time. Oh, Musulmani, like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you're putting down their customs and you're kind of like bringing, it's a very Aryan attitude, and I have nothing against that if you're a nice person. I have actually everything against that. If you're, don't be Aryan. If you're Aryan, you think you're better than everybody else, you're not better. You can't just consider Indian people and then consider like random people in like South America or like more civilized. These are families too. They do have the individual. Actually, it doesn't really happen a lot with individuals. It happens a lot with states and countries. And I'm like, oh, oamenii ăștia sunt foarte civilizați. Dude, what the fuck? How can they be more civilized than I am? What does civilized even mean? What is civilization? Is civilization like the Egyptians who lived like thousands of years ago? Like, does that count as civilization? And you know what? It does. If you ask a Romanian 50-year-old man, 40, 35, somebody who grew up in Romania, they will tell you those people are very civilized. People in ancient civilizations were very civilized. People in ancient India, oh, civilization beyond belief. Oh, they're so civilized. People in like, but if you ask them like, people in the Arab world, they're like, oh, what the fuck? It's like, oh, they had a lot of wars. Must not be civilized. They would refer to themselves, they would compare themselves to other people. So, for example, I'm Romanian. They would say, oh, you know, those Middle Easterns were so civilized. It's like, oh, back in the golden ages, you know, like 20,000 BC. Oh, they were so civilized. Oh my goodness, how awesome, how great, how beautiful. And then they'd be like, oh, noi nu suntem civilizați. Oh, like, uite-te la ei. You know, like, you're not civilized, and then, like, people, like, from 2000 BC were civilized, you know? Like, what are you trying to do here, man? I honestly don't understand. It's a scary thing, and I don't like this word, civilization. I like it in English. I don't like it because it has a lot of negative connotations. Like, when you use it in a sentence, you know, like, you would never say, I've never heard an Englishman say they're civilized. Because it's just an insult to humanity. If you think that people are civilized, that's implying that you think that other people, that you don't think others are. Like, if you have the balls to call somebody, I don't even like that word, have the balls. If you have the audacity, let's just use balls. If you have the balls to call somebody civilized, that means inside, innately, you think that others are not civilized. And that is a very unsensitive thing. It's a scary thing. It's very insensitive. Okay? Okay, Canada? And what else? For example, I think Filipinos are very civilized. If Filipinos go to the Philippines, they will tell you, oh, no. Oamenii ăștia nu sunt civilizați. And I've heard this many times before. They actually have the balls to call their own people uncivilized. And people do this a lot. It's an inferiority complex. It's like a not liking of yourself. I know, I find that in Latin countries, people do this less because they kind of have this separation between one another, you know? They kind of have this conservation of individuality. But in communist countries, they're like, no, we're just gonna invade each other's privacy. We don't care. We're just gonna come into your house, we're gonna deal with your brothers and sisters, just take away your life and your everything, furniture. We're just gonna come and sit and rub on you right beside you. Like, dude, why? Pourquoi? It's so exciting, but like it's terrible at the same time. So, I don't know, I'm really excited to go, but at the same time, I don't know if they're gonna be, yeah. So, I don't know. But should be exciting. Should be really, really, really exciting. And I am really excited to go. I don't know what civilization is. I honestly don't know. But I will tell you as soon as I find out. Peace to the Middle East.